I'm here to share a story of how our dream house became our dream house from hell, and now the builder is suing me. We contracted on this property because it was flat, and we were surprised to come out one day and see that the builder had built it up from 3 to 6 feet in various locations throughout the property. It's concerning that the inspection on the foundation was done on October 12th of 2020. It was not turned into Shelby County until December 20th of 2020, and construction and framing on the house began before Shelby County ever had a chance to sign off on the engineer's letter. Almost immediately, the construction process killed the trees, and we later found out that this was because the builder had cut the roots to the trees, and some of those roots run under the foundation of our home. We, along with our agent, were assured that this would not be a problem because they had placed helical piers under the portion of the house where they removed the tree roots.
Hi, he is one of my engineers.
Were you here, or did you ever come see our foundation at this board?
Did I? Yes, ma'am. I mean, I didn't watch it get poured, but he was the one that inspected it.
We were given multiple closing dates beginning in November of 2020 all the way through April of 2021. And then finally, in the middle of May, we were told we just don't know when we're going to close anymore. There are too many loose ends. The dirt for our back patio was not properly compacted, nor was it inspected by the county like it should have been because it was built up significantly over 3 feet. We now have a crack that runs the entire duration of our back patio and quite literally splits it in half with the bottom portion breaking off. And now, as you can see from here, we have differential. So there is a significant shift going on, and the builder wants absolutely nothing to do with fixing it. The builder told us and our agent that the house was walkthrough ready, so we hired an inspector to come out and give us a report. Unfortunately, it was not inspection ready. A mechanical rough-in was not in, nothing was hooked up, and there were significant appliances that were missing from the house that needed to be inspected. During the construction process, they punctured the gas line, which resulted in them having to chop up the first 12 feet of our patio and re-pour the entire 24 feet. Unfortunately, when they re-poured it, they did not pour expansion joints, which has contributed to the failure. Regency says they never received our inspection report, but here is proof of me sending it. Due to a laundry list of issues with our build, my husband and I decided that we wanted to ask for mutual cancellation of the contract. We had so many issues with things that we could see, we became gravely concerned about all of the things that we could not see. Unfortunately, the builder would not meet with us to speak and basically pushed us into closing before the house was ready, which is interesting because in their legal pleadings, they insisted that I demanded we close early. We closed on June 4th, but we did not occupy the house for several more weeks due to the short closing notice. The builder agreed to have our loaner fridge delivered on June 16th, but as you can see, that did not happen. We officially moved in June 25th, 2021, and on June 27th, 2021, the damaged dishwasher that was on the inspection report flooded our kitchen. It was during this event that we discovered Regency had defrauded us of the upgrades that we had paid on our dishwashers. As a result of this damaged dishwasher leak, our island grew toxic black mold, which severely affected our asthmatic child. Due to Regency's continued screw-ups, we also spent over 30 days without gas, water, or electricity in our kitchen. In their legal pleading, Regency asserted that this was a lie, but the photos tell the truth. From June 28th, 2021 through the end of September 2021, I single-handedly managed most of the repairs inside our house, with Regency having very little involvement with their subcontractors beyond the first week. Then there's the issue of our flooding backyard. We pointed this out during the construction process, but we're told anything that came up, they would handle. I don't understand why my kids have to play outside in the sunshine in 80-degree weather in rain boots. We made multiple warranty requests and were told that they would come on site. Ultimately, they did not, lied, said they visited, and closed the ticket.
So if this isn't pooling water, I'm not really sure what it is. As you can see in here, and this water drainage problem continues all the way down right here.
We sent multiple emails, videos, and photos of the problem, and I even took several days off work to meet them there on site so they could check out the drainage issue. They no-showed on several occasions, and then, like I said before, closed out the ticket and said that there was no standing water, no drainage issue, and it was closed. This engineer disagrees. Problems that should never exist in a new build persisted, including our sink falling out of our bathroom. It became extremely concerning when we were unable to shut some of our doors. We had water coming through some of the windows and coming in through the door in the garage on a regular occasion. This is the brand new shoe mold installation after they put our kitchen back together. Isn't that beautiful? When we asked them to fix it under warranty, we were met with resistance. They ultimately did end up replacing it, but wow, that was ridiculous. But wait, there's more. Just 3.5 months after we got our kitchen put back together, all of our toilets started backing up and overflowing.
6.5.
Ooh.
Yeah. So now we're completely underwater.
So it's not in my head, and it's not our fault. Oh, that's a really big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just.
There's a 45. Okay. So 29.5, we'll say that. 29.
Thus began the dismantling of our entire living space and our home for the second time in 7 months. Oh, and they couldn't figure out how to use a concrete saw with water, so they reactivated 26 feet of my concrete. What we were told was going to be a 7-day project turned into a 30+ day project. And yes, they gave us accommodations and food for the first 7 days, but we were left on our own after that. During this process, we discovered the clean out that was under the concrete slab was run under a load-bearing wall, and that load-bearing wall happened to be missing a footing. We excavated back about 44 inches, and there was no footing or grade beam. We requested house plans and compaction testing, but so far the builder has refused to provide it, even in discovery. The crack in this first photo developed right after the jackhammering, and now it goes all the way through the new concrete and splits our house in half, literally north and south. In February 2022, our roof leaked several times, and instead of investigating the issue and ensuring it got dried out, they just patched it up and said we're good to go. The issues just kept coming and coming. In July of 2022, completely unprompted, Regency reached out to us and said that the dishwashers we ordered and paid for on our contract in 2020 were probably never coming, and they offered us $50 a piece for them. This house has been a nightmare since before we ever closed on it, and unfortunately, the blows and the bad news keep coming and coming. It was minor things over the last 2.5 years after the belly under the concrete slab, but that all changed when one of our kids left some water dripping on the countertop 2 weeks ago.
We have a big problem. However this was left on, all the water was running here. Over here, there's all sorts of water here underneath this linen stack, and it got all into the drawers. This is soaking wet. I'm not sure how far the water went.
Early the next morning, I noticed that the floors were showing signs of water damage underneath them. And then when Joe got home from work, he looked up and noticed that these spots were on the ceiling. I am most irate about the fact that this could have been completely prevented if Regency had complied with the mow and warranty request we submitted back in 2022.
This is the rate of the water drip when I found it. Like that, and dripping back onto the countertop. And then it flooded the whole bathroom.
Mitigation began over the weekend, but much to our horror and surprise, the entire concrete slab was wet. Not just the little sections that should have been affected, but the entire thing. They ended up pulling over 50% of the flooring on our first floor, and 2 weeks later, it is still wet. The noise level in the house is deafening. I can hardly hear myself. And now it looks like we might be dealing with mold on the newly poured concrete from 2022. The mitigation company has come out almost every single day, and the moisture level on the concrete has not changed that much. There is something more significant going on here. We have long suspected and have complained of foundation issues in the house, but it seems to be that our concerns are coming to fruition with some foundation specialists that came out in the last week and opined that they are seeing fractures and indications of slow, catastrophic failure of our foundation. In addition to the cracked and separating walls in several rooms inside the house, on the exterior, we are having stair-stepping cracks through our bricks, straight line cracks through our bricks, and the toilet on the north side of the house that doesn't flush correctly anymore because we believe that it is experiencing some kind of change within the bedding because of the foundation shift. I'm prepared to go to arbitration tomorrow, and I fully support maternity leave, trust me. But this isn't even the main lead attorney on the case, and I don't understand why her maternity leave is impacting our ability to proceed to arbitration timely. Arbitration has now been moved from September 2025 to April 2026 while we live through this living hell. Find our story as overwhelming and infuriating as we do. Please help advocate for us. Please feel free to share the story with any veterans organizations that can help get some media coverage on this, or any local news station in the Memphis area. We are asking for our friends, family, and the local community to support us by simply sharing our story.